LSD. In this video, we will learn what LSD is and the effects it has on overall health and well-being. Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann first synthesized LSD in 1938. Hofmann was conducting research on the therapeutic value of the lysergic acid compounds as a circulatory and respiratory stimulant, though no great effects were discovered and his research was discontinued. Hofmann discovered the hallucinogenic effects of LSD in 1943 when he accidentally ingested some of the drug. This discovery renewed interest in the drug as a possible treatment for schizophrenia and as a research tool in studying mental illness. From the 1940s to the mid-1970s, LSD was extensively researched in the psychiatric community. Soon, LSD emerged as a drug of abuse by some in the psychiatric and medical community who shared it with friends. Though casual LSD use spread through the early 1970s, publicity about the negative effects of LSD, such as flashbacks and bad trips, as well as prohibitive legislation and the efforts of law enforcement agencies, led to a decreased popularity by the mid-70s. By the early 1980s, the value of LSD use in psychotherapy was discredited and scientific study of the drug ended. LSD stands for lysergic acid diethylamide, which is categorized as a hallucinogen. When it is manufactured, it is a clear, odorless liquid. Although the drug has been experimented with in medical settings in the past, LSD is currently listed as a Schedule I substance by the Drug Enforcement Administration because it has no accepted medical use. Today's recreational users of LSD, or acid, often include people in their late teens and early 20s who are involved in the psychedelic music scene. In the 1990s, LSD was among the ranks of club drugs that, along with MDMA and ketamine, was found in dance clubs and large underground parties known as raves. A recent national study suggests LSD use among high school students is declining and may be at its lowest level in many years. LSD effects on the brain. Users feel the effects of LSD within 30 to 90 minutes after ingestion, and these effects may last as long as 12 hours, and some have even reported that it can last up to 16 to 18 hours. LSD causes hallucinogenic effects by disrupting the interaction of the neurotransmitter serotonin and nerve cells. Serotonin is involved in the control of behavioral, perceptual, and regulatory systems such as mood, hunger, body temperature, sexual behavior, and muscle control. LSD's impact on serotonin also affects an area of the brain that detects external stimuli from all over the body, making it more responsive to input from the environment. Addiction. Though tolerance to LSD develops rapidly, it does not produce compulsive drug-seeking behavior that is typical of addictive drugs, such as crack and cocaine. The Drug Enforcement Administration cites 4 reasons for this. First, the long duration of the drug's effects means the user will not have to purchase the drug on a rapidly recurring basis. Second, tolerance develops so quickly that repeated ingestion is useless. Third, the inconsistent effects and potential adverse reactions lead to erratic use of LSD. Finally, the powerful hallucinations produced by LSD will often prompt users to abstain from use in order to recover and reorient. Long-term effects. Hallucinogen persisting perception disorder. Known familiarly to LSD users as flashbacks, HPPD episodes are spontaneous repeated recurrences of some of the sensory distortions originally produced by LSD. The flashback experience may include visual disturbances such as halos or trails attached to moving objects or seeing false motions in the peripheral vision. Drug-induced psychosis. For some people, even those with no history or symptoms of psychological disorders, a distorted ability to recognize reality, think rationally, or communicate with others caused by LSD may last years after taking the drug. Risks. People who have a bad trip may experience residual anxiety. If they experience intense delusions or paranoia, they may accidentally harm themselves or those around them. This could lead to long-term physical damage. Mental state changes could make maintaining a job, continuing education, or committing to social responsibilities more difficult, even if the person does not take the drug regularly. This may lead to financial instability and damage to personal relationships. A heart attack or stroke could occur if the person's heart rate and blood pressure elevate enough during a trip or if they are predisposed to cardiovascular conditions. Consistent abuse of LSD over time may exacerbate diabetes due to elevated blood sugar. Changes to the brain could lead to cognitive and memory problems as well as difficulty with verbal communication. Since LSD is not considered addictive and does not involve physical dependence or withdrawal symptoms, few people who abuse this hallucinogen think they need rehabilitation. However, consistent abuse of this drug is very dangerous and indicates some level of addictive behaviors. Mixing LSD with other drugs like alcohol, opioids, and marijuana can also indicate a problem with polydrug abuse, which is very dangerous and can lead to long-term health problems, including overdose.